Good evening, everyone. I'm Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I'm presenting the money control news headlines. So, first of all, we talk about bond market. In that, two bond deals closes at red. That is India and UK government bond. Every bond yield that is close on green. So, next we talk about the commodity market. In that, three commodities are closed at green. That is closed at red. That is nickel, crude oil, natural gas, and rest of the commodities are closed at green. Then we talk about the currency. In that, only two currencies are closed at green. That is uh, Indian currency and Japanese currency. Then we comes about the top gainers for today's. So in that, Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW, ONGC. Then we comes about the top loser. Then in that, HUL, Apollo Hospital, Nestle, ITC. Next we comes to the key index for today. Then we talk about that. We see that key Nifty 50 is closed at 18,132 points. Today's gaining point about something 117 point, whereas Bank Nifty closes at 42,859 and the gaining point is 229 points. And India VIX falls near 4% today. Then we comes about the sectorial indices. In that, only one sector is closes at red, that is FMCG sector. Rest of the sector are closed at green. Then we comes about the tomorrow economic calendar event. In that, Argentina retail sales year on year October data is coming tomorrow. Their next Japanese data is coming. Three Japanese data is coming. That is industrial production monthly on monthly. November data is coming. Industrial production year on year data is coming. November. Next BOJ summary of opinions data is coming. Next rest of the things you can read from the PDF. So next we talk about the FII and DII activities for today. In that, FII sales in cash market 867 crore rupees, whereas DII buys 621 crore rupees. Then we talk about the today's stock in news, that is NTPC. That company sign a non-binding memorandum of understanding with Technomint. Next, Share India. Next, Veritas. Next, Bank of Maharashtra. Next, Time Techno. Then we talk about the top news for today. Then in that, government plans $2 billion incentive for green hydrogen industry source. Next, scheduled commercial banks recover rupees 47,421 crore via IBC route in 2021-2022 RBI report. Next, Nirmala Sitharaman recovery on track, likely to be discharged from AIMS hospital tomorrow. Sources. Next, India makes USB Type C charging mandatory for device makers as from March 2025. Next, just 13% large cap funds beat benchmarks. A look at stocks the winners love to hold. Next, two Russian YouTubers held in Mumbai for entering 60 store Y tower to record stunt video. Next, sea of luggage stranded passenger has Southwest Airlines mass scandals, flights and US airport. Next, ShareChat Chief Commercial Officer Ajit Varghese resigns. Next, Xiaomi 5G smartphone style into Jio's true 5G network. Next, Southwest under scrutiny after wave of storm cancellation. Next, TSMC to kick off mass production of Apple 3nm M2 Pro chips next week. Next, Sudha Murthy on why she gave rupees 10,000 to Narayan Murthy to start Infosys. Next, Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus and S23 Ultra design and colors leaked ahead of February launch. Next, South Korea reports first death from brain eating amoeba. Next, Cipla's higher automation spends to continue for 3 more years. CTO Gina Malhotra. Next, Jet Airways senior management pilots crew call it quits as relaunch stays uncertain. Then we comes to the stock section. In that, Radiant Cash Management Services IPO bought 53% till final date. Next, Kotak cuts target prices of for QSR stocks as consumption slowdowns. Next, Mahindra CIE shares jumps over 3% as Motilal Oswal indicates at 15% upside. Next, sugar stock surge on 100% incentives on sacrifices for ethanol production. Next, Narayani Steels zooms over 500 in 2022 promoters to sell 4.9% stake in today. Next, uh, Radiant Cash Management Services IPO subscribed 11% on second day of bidding. Then we comes to the startup section news in that ShareChat chief commercial officer Ajit Varghese resigns. Next, budget 2023 what the EV ecosystem want from the income budget in from the upcoming budget. Next, Chennai startups brave funding winter rises $1 billion in a year for the first time. Next, rupees 25,000 past and present Flipkart group employees likely to benefit from $700 million cash payout. The next, Nexo's acquisition of Coinbase backed a vault called off. Next, Indian crypto exchanges lose 34 to 50% of trading volumes following FTX collapse. Next, fintech startups pay sharp gets RBI's in principal approval for payment aggregator license. Next, Delhi Bengaluru see highest number of Uber trips in 2022 report. Then we comes to the opinion section in that Money Control Pro panorama. China fuels risk of global gloom. Next, should India emulate EU rules targeting big tech firms? Next, arrest of Venugopal Dut. Other revive hope in ICICI Videocon case. Next, uh, car makers quietly cut ties with China in supply chain shakeup. Next, marketing musings how to put a commodity in a brand's clothing. Next, corporate governments time to give greater say to Admi shareholders. Next, a look at the gold rush to become the new Twitter. Next, India and China 2023 tale of two markets. Andy Mukherjee. Next, L&T Foundation for earnings bump up is being led. Next, trading is a new era requires a flexible mindset. Next, will 2023 see a fundamental shift in the way we work? Next, exports need navigational aid to sail through choppy waters. Then we comes to the page number 16 in that business section under that retires are one reason the Fed has given up on a big worker rebound. Next, free NFSA food grain eases fiscal strain, but food subsidiary still double pre-COVID number. Next, total government debt rises to rupees 147 lakh crore in quarter 2 FinMin report. Next, government plans $2 billion initiative for green hydrogen industry report. Next, Max Health partners with genomic biotech firm Anuva. Next, Tripura declares 12% hike in DA for government employees. Next, rising input costs send wholesale milk prices up 10.2% in flush season. Next, airbag industry in India to grow to rupees 7,000 crore by FY27. ICRA. Next, India's top 7 cities registered record housing sales in 2022 at nearly 3.65 lakh units NRO. Next, Tergeni Biotech gets recommendation from CDSCO Subject Expert Committee for. Next, Religer Finvest on track to restart its business. Most lenders approve rupees 2300 crore OTS plan. Next, Cipla's higher automation spends to continue for 3 more years. CTO Gina Manotra. Next, startup will attract important foreigner direct investment 23 DPIIT Secretary Anurag Jain. Next, implementing labor reforms, expanding social security coverage for informal workers to be focus. Next, FMCG industry hopes to recover lost volume margin in 2023 to surge of shrinkflation. Next, interview. MPC in an agreement about bringing inflation quickly down to 5%. Jainath Verma. Next, COVID-19 surge in that Indian exporters keeping fingers crossed and aiming rising cases in China other countries. Next, morning scan, all the big stories to get you started for the day. Next, construction boom sets up China, India has global steel survivor. Next, SpiceJet shareholders approve reappointment of Ajay Singh as director. Next, inflation to cool off in 2023, say Chandrasekharan, but warns of slow global growth. Then we comes to the mutual fund section. Under that, high bank deposit rate lure mutual fund investors to FDs. Next, sectorial mutual fund in 2022. IT stays depressing, but banking is on boom. Next, on page number 18, in that commodity section, in that oil hits 3-week high as China eases COVID curves. Next, commodity live, in that gold prices fell as US Fed delivered quickest rate cycle ever. Gold outlook 2023. Next, marketing machines, in that how to put a commodity in a brand's clothing. Next, oil rises in thin trade on concerns over US storm impact. Next, golden. Next we come to the page number 19, in that economic section, in that retires are one of the reason the Fed given on a big rebound. Next, free NFSA food grain eases fiscal strain, but food subsidies still double pre-COVID number. Next, rising startups implementing FMCG industry construction. PLI scheme for textiles attracts rupees 1,536 crore in investment government. Next, on page number 20, in that political section, is that Russian city mourns its lost soldiers but does not resent Putin's war. Next, Kerala CM Pinarayi Vijayan meets PM Modi in Delhi. Next, Karnataka CM Bhashavaraj Bomay meets JP Nadda. Amit Shah discusses issues related to reservation. Next, Mahagathbandhan crisis full over CBI reopening case against Lalu. Next, panel set up to overseas preparation for G20 meeting in Jammu and Kashmir. Next, India needs to break free from narrow views of past to achieve heights of success, PM Modi. Next, final verdicts in trial of Myanmar's Suu Kyi to be given Friday report. Then we comes to page number 21, in that international market, in that China will publish COVID data once a month when disease comes under category B management. Next, Japan to require negative COVID test upon arrival for Chinese travelers. Next, China to reopen borders, scrap quarantine for international travelers from Jan 8. Next, Myanmar court to deliver final verdict this week in Hong San Suu Kyi trials. Next, Moscow's ultimatum, Ukraine fulfills its proposal or Russian army will decide. Next, Toyota November global vehicle production rises 1.5% to record rate like 33,104. Next, US retail sales grow 7.6% in holiday season. Next, Japan's jobless rate falls to 2.5% in November. Next, China to scrap COVID quarantine rule for inbound travelers. Next, Apple Japan hits with $98 million in back taxes. Next, Western New York death toll rises to 27 from cold storm Chaos. Next, power shortages persist. Nearly 9 million Ukrainians without electricity. Voldemar Zelensky. Next, Elon Musk say around 100 Starlinks now active in Iran. Next, South Korea scrambles jets, fires, warning, shoots has North Korean drones en route. That much for today. Thanks for watching.